Okay everyone, this is Factoring Polynomials Part 2. So notice today though, we're going to focus on a little bit more difficult factoring, because notice guys, in my first term here, before I go to FOIL backwards or parentheses, see how the 2, 10, and 12 all have a common factor of 2. So there's a little rule I want you to remember, to always think of GCF factoring first whenever you do any factoring. Okay? So since 2 is a common factor, we're going to go ahead and start by doing a GCF of 2. So my greatest common factor is 2. That leaves me p squared, because 2 times p squared is 2p squared, plus, watch your signs by the way, 5p times 2 will give me 10p, and finally a minus 6 times 2 will give me a minus 12. So now that I have my GCF done, guys, right inside this parentheses now though, I can now do FOIL backwards. I'm going to go ahead and do p times p for p squared. I'm going to do 2 times 3 for that 6. How do I get a plus 5? Uh-oh. It's not going to work. Let me back up here. Instead of 2 times 3, guys, I'm going to go 6 times 1. And here's why. Because now I know 6p and 1p can make 5p if I do 6 minus 1. And also note that plus 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. So anyways, my final result is a 2, don't forget the GCF we did, times p plus 6, p minus 1. Okay, let's try it again with the next one. Did you notice that 15, 54, and 27 have a common factor of 3? So therefore, I know 3 times 5 is a 15. I know 3 times 18 gives me 54. I know 3 times 9 gives me 27. So now that I have the GCF factor done, now let's go to FOIL backwards here. I know 5r times r is 5r squared. I know 3 times 3 is 9. I notice I have a 3r and a 15r. So all I need to do is plus them, and I'm done. Again, please don't forget the 3 GCF in front. This, again, is a factored form of my original polynomial. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, let's do a couple more a little bit faster. Whoa! Notice how both of these only have 2 terms in them, guys. So basically these are back to just straight up GCF. So on the first one, I hope you agree 35 and 15 is a 5 GCF. Notice the x squared and x would give me an x. So my GCF is 5x. What's left inside is 7x, because 5x times 7x is 35x squared. Notice the minus, and a 1 times with 5x, a 3 times with 5x will give me a 15x. So my final result is simply 5x times 7x minus 3, and this is a factored form of that. And finally, one more, guys. Now this one actually may be a little bit trickier just because of the number. See the 20 and 120? Some of you may be thinking 10 or 2 or 5, right? But isn't 20 divisible, or can't 20 divide into 120? Yes, it can. So my GCF, guys, is going to be a 20p, not a 10p or a 5p or anything smaller. 20 is my greatest GCF, right? My greatest common factor, okay? So with 20p as my GCF, all I need now is a p, so that 20p times p is 20p squared. Notice the minus, and all I need is a 6, because 6 times 20p is 120p. So this right here, guys, is the answer.